What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Microtopia. We're picking up right where we left off immediately. Same spot. I think I have another 30 minutes. If I don't, I'm going to take it. Set my timer, and we'll kind of forego the preamble because I think we have a little bit to do today, or at least in this episode, and we want to get to it right away. So the first thing we want to do is we want to set up some kind of transportation system, right? We want to get going on the desert island, finally. I know I said that, we're taking our time, we don't really need to be in a rush, but again, we need to get to the desert, we need to get to the desert island in order to grow our colony population enough to utilize everything we want to do effectively, right, and efficiently, because right now our ants die too quickly, and damn. That's not good. Right now our ants die too quickly, and we can't utilize them to the full effect that we want. If we could, we would be much happier. And, in order to do that, we need glass, which is only found so far on the desert island, in order to get these pod workers. Let's see, what else do we have here? Can we get anything? And also, we really want to get this counter end. We want to get all the gates. Give me all your gates, okay? We want all the gates, all the trails, everything. Because, we want to be able to do all the special tricks, all the different logic that we want. And this counter end gate is going to really be helpful to us. But that requires us to incubate 5 larvae on the desert island. Okay, now how are we going to do that, right? How are we going to incubate 5 larvae? Well, last time, or a couple episodes ago, we added this... what's it called? Larva storage. And we're going to utilize that to take larvae from the main island and send them off into the wild blue yonder over here. Now we aren't going to want to do that yet because it costs stuff to build stuff. I hope you're as enlightened as I am by saying that, because yeah, that was just said, y'all. I'm sorry. But let's get going. Let's do Instinct 23. Let's create a drone and see where that takes us. Now, in order to utilize the drones properly, we will need to use a launch pad. We're going to use a counter gate, so to make sure we only have one of those in here at a time. Stop that. Now there's our drone. Big wings. Cool guy. Flathead. Alright. So, but now... this launch pad's going to want a target, a landing pad, right? So we'll need to first come over here to our desert island, and we'll need to make a landing pad. Thankfully, landing pads are free. And we are going to take that landing pad and we're going to set it up. Probably... let's set it up right here. We kind of want it out of the way. But at the same time, we want to be able to use it for stuff. So we've set the launch pad. We need to assign the target on the landing pad. And now if you watch, here they come. They're flying. Okay. But now, we can have our guys do whatever we want here. But they're trapped here, okay? Because we need to build... also, on this island, a launch pad to send us back to the main island, right? And a landing pad over here to keep us going. Okay, and that's what we're gonna do. But while the landing pad doesn't cost anything, the launching pad costs 2 iron plates. Okay, let's take a look just so you know I'm not kidding. 2 iron plates. So how are we gonna do that? Well, fortunately, we are building iron plates on our main island. So we're going to take a dispenser, we're going to place it here, okay? And we're going to change this to a hauling trail so that the drone picks up, right, the plate. And here, we're going to place a storage and change this to a hauling line so that the drone will put that down. Now it only needs 2, so we don't want to use too many of these. Here comes the second one. It's going to pick this up, so now we should move this out of the way because we only need 2. And you'll see what I mean. So as soon as this drone lands on the desert island, it is going to place the plate. The plate is going to get used. So we don't want to have any plates here that we don't need. We want to be able to utilize this one storage. Wow, that was pretty interesting. We want to be able to utilize this one storage for multiple things at this moment. Eventually, though, we are going to automate that. Yeah, that's right. We're going to automate that. And that's the name of the game, right? So again, we need to assign a launch pad target. We couldn't do that because it was not built. So if we look at this, it's already filled, right? Now, what do we need here in order to utilize that, right? Well, we need to take a dispenser and do the same thing that we just did with the plates, but we're going to want to build an incubator here. And, you know, it doesn't matter. As long as there's stuff in the storage, you can build it anywhere on the island, right? So let's get an incubator, and we want it, say, you know, here, because on this island we have 3 goals. Main goal, energy pod 2. Okay. Secondary goal, copper. And the third goal, I mean, these 2 are interchangeable, but, you know, we probably want glass first. But glass, that's our third goal to achieve production-wise on the second island, as we can't find those anywhere else on our own primary island, right? And we want them. They're our precious, right? Okay, so we need to also build something for long-term larva travel, and that is going to be 2 more plates. Shit. Okay, so we need 2 more plates. Let's cycle those back on. We got 1. We got 2. But remember, we did change the storage away from the plates. So let's go ahead and just change this all up, you know? We don't need to worry about it. And what the heck does this thing cost? I think it's just 10. Yeah, okay, good. So now we can take from one of our many storages here and do this. So 1. So we'll just count them out. How did you make it? Oh, I see how you made it. I see how you made it. Okay, we don't want you to make it. We want to change this to here. What are we on, like 3 or 4? Let's see. Take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So after this guy takes it, we're getting out of here with that. I think it's this guy, but I just lost count because my wife asked for some help. Let's just hang out for a second, and I'm going to help her. I'm going to take a break, quick break for a sec. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, looks like we missed it by 1, 2. Not a big deal. Okay, give me 30 seconds. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Looks like we are... Okay. Yep, see what happens even if you leave this game alone for just half a second. All hell can break loose. So you always want to be anticipating what you feel like is going to happen. Our Air Force has expanded exponentially. We don't even need that many at the moment, but you know, it's going to help to facilitate us to get here quicker, right? So this needs fabric. Let's change this to fabric, since we had too many of those guys come in. We'll place another dispenser here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the next one to come in. We'll remove afterwards. 5. Okay. We'll just delete those. You know, it's only litter for a moment. Now once we get here and do this, you know, the real being able to get into this island has begun. Okay, and what I mean by that is we're gonna start a new trail that, you know, is going to get us through somehow into the next stage of the game, right? And look, we're already up to 122 ants again. It's just crazy how quickly it goes, right? But we're going to be able to utilize that by separating our ants into both islands. And if you remember, when we set up this system here, we did it in such a way that we get 20%, 40, 60, 80% of our ants in from our main into our main colony, and 20% of our ants goes into the storage, which is going to then be sent to the next island. So we'll have, you know, for every 5 ants we create, 1 will go to this island, and we'll set up here from the larva storage on this island. We will, you know, just set up a quick little trail to make this colony viable. But the first ant that comes here with a larva, you are coming with me to work in the mines, since you are able to begin the process. Every subsequent ant is going to take off or leave their ant here, leave their ant larva here, and then we're going to use this to begin processing things, right? So we could probably, you know, we don't want to bring too much. One of the things I've learned is that we do not want to bring too many raw resources between the islands, right? Raw resources are bulky, they pile up quickly. This person needs to stay, and they need to nope. They need to be refined, they need to be processed before you can utilize them properly, right? Because they go from, you know, 20, you know, stack full of 20 stacks full of copper to refined ore, and then into some other, you know, item, right? Glass, refined into light bulbs, etc. And those light bulbs and things that are not, you know, so dense in terms of how much they you know, carry in you know, in their capacity, then you know, you're able to transport them in more effectively, more efficiently. Okay, so one of the first things we want to do, right, is we want to start collecting all of the resources that we couldn't collect on our other island. Namely, I feel like glass is extremely important. This can be just a small one to begin with, and copper. Yes, we do want the pods, but I mean, it's going to be a bit before we can actually use them, and we don't need them to feed the queen. She is she's well taken care of, right? So let's not worry about her at the moment. She has plenty of stuff to feed her. Eventually, we're gonna have a whole repertoire of ants on this island. You know, not just small ants, not just large ants. You know, pod ants, all kinds of stuff. Digger ants, doing different tasks, right? Because these can only be accessed by mining. And the digger ants. Okay. Now, once we have copper in the stockpile, we'll be able to go on to the next next instinct here. We only need 10, and we're going to get that pretty quick, especially if we do it like this. And we're still only utilizing one ant, so, you know, per thing. So let's take here, and let's do 1, 2. Okay? We want to make some glass. We really need iron as well, don't we? Yep. Okay. So let's get some iron working and processing. Yeah. That's beautiful. We have enough ants to do that. You know, we only need to keep an eye on one, and that's an ant that goes in here, and we have this guy for like, you know, 10 minutes total. So, you know, we're okay. Let's just keep making this, as we want to begin refining these items as soon as possible. We don't need anything crazy. All we need is the ant to go in and do its work. We're only gonna have one, so even this is fine. Yeah. Just a simple connector there. Nothing crazy. Now, we ultimately would like 2 of these, so we should start that as well. Always remember you can grab the line, the trail I mean, and connect it to what it needs to be connected to. You don't need to erase or do anything to it otherwise. Let's pick one of these. No. One of these. Okay. Maybe let's get a second one of the... Or maybe 3. Okay, fine. Fine. We can do 3. At this point, we don't need to worry about the dying ants. We want to just get as much work out of every ant as possible. If they die on the job, well, I mean, you know, sacrifice I'm willing to make. Sorry. Why won't you? Oh, I see. Did you pick up? Oh, that's not good. Is it? Go over here. That's probably explaining a lot. Yeah, we don't need to do all that. F that. What we could do is bring that back here and then, you know, collect it anyway. Even more effectively and efficiently utilize our ants, right? The second ant there. We got a ton of ants here, looks like, which is just insane to me. And yeah, we have no energy storage on that island, but, you know, unnecessary. Okay, so obviously we need to get on our fabric. For now, we can do that here. We'll let that colony get going. It's already got a few things that it needs to do, so we don't need to babysit it very much. But we do want to come back here. Get in on this one for a minute. Because we want to get some... what did we do? Okay. Oh, flying larva. Okay, we got that. Good. Collect copper. We got that. Collect glass. We're getting close. Okay, so let's jump in here really quick because we are able to unlock the counter end gate, which again is going to help us tremendously, and it's going to help us to revamp a lot of stuff. You know that we... Okay, that's needing to be restored. Let's get through here. Get these out of the way. Yep, see, again, periodically, you're checking on your stuff. You don't want them to be sitting idle at all. You know, that defeats the name of the game. But, you know, we're still good. It's okay. We're fine over here. Now, what were we talking about before? Over here is a prime example, right? And we can also do something with our carry gates, which we should. I know I've done it before. Let's do something like this. You know, they are long enough to be of some use. Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, okay. So now, again, what happens if they get here, it's full, and they still have an item on them that we don't want it to get stuck in there, right? So we want to put somehow a carry gate on here and have them go immediately back into the lineup as close as possible to the storage area. But what happens if we do that, right? So if we do this, then now every part of the chain is connected because we haven't told it where we want it to stop. And if we look at both of them, it's the same. So now no one else is going to go in there, because as long as we have any ants in this part in the graveyard, then, you know, no one else is going to go in there. And that's a big problem. We don't want that. So what are we going to do about that? Well, thankfully, we got the counter end gate. Now this is a gate that tells the trail, like I only want to count it from so far to so far. Now, if we look at it, the trail is, you know, destroyed or terminated, I guess, immediately after this carry gate. So now what will happen is if, let's say an ant that's, you know, it gets in here and it's still carrying something. So it's making its way downtown, walking fast, but, oh, it found the carry. Now, it goes all the way back in there and starts dropping its stuff off. And then it makes its way, shit. Okay, so we'll need to put that on this side, I guess. And damn, okay, so this will need to be reworked anyway. But, you know, get the idea, right? And thankfully, let's put a carry gate here so that they can just immediately walk to where it needs to. It doesn't have to walk too far anyway, right? We can put one even there, right? Perfect. Okay. So now, oh yeah, and that can't be there. This absolutely cannot be here. That's a mistake. It has to be here. Alright, looks like we completed the glass. Made it all the way. Now let's see how our little outpost is doing. It has made it. Let's begin processing all of our ore that we are now creating, or gathering, right? We're now gathering ore. We're going to get this going because we are going to change this to just that, make it easier on ourselves. Okay, so we have our little airport going, both to and from, but we again need to, we're going to run out of these guys because we don't have any fabric being made. So let's get that going. Again, we're getting pretty good at this sort of endeavor, right? It's a simple task of placing things properly, and we want them here, and we want them here. Yeah, okay, that's good. Okay, and now what do we do? Place our trail. Again, stay in good practice. We want from here to here. We want a connector. We would like carry gates to function as returns. And we would like carry gates to function as exports. I'm going to connect those lines. Now the only place we need to remain or to connect is there. We will grab from our stockpile, place the dispensers. After, I think we missed it by one, did we? Yeah, okay. We did miss it by one, which is interesting. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Okay, that's correct. That's easy fix though. We don't really have to drag too many things. Okay. And we want to go here. We want to get our ants out of here and around. Always want to remember to send them in a proper direction. We don't want them wasting their time, you know, going back and around just because it looks nice. We don't need to sacrifice anything like that. Even though I just did it right there. Okay. Now, do we have this set to fabric? We do not. Let's do that. Make the fabric. To fabric. And make the fabric. Let's delete this. And from here, we'll assign the target to that stockpile. Let's double check. Yes, we did it correctly. The entire trail is colored green. It means it's acceptable, viable trail. We will use 2 here. Supercharge our fabric production. That's a little important. Let's see. Oh, nice. Okay. I like it. And as you can see, this also sets us up for success. We're able to basically use, you know, multiple machines off of just 3 of these, even though, you know, we could make more. And I kind of like how it looks, right? I don't know, it's a little satisfying. Oop. Let's erase these. And if we want, we can set this up to become a part of the team whenever we want. Just how easy is it to create a new setup? It's very easy, apparently. And there we go. Let's take a look. Now we have 4th. Do that. And yep, away we go. Now why don't we want to do the Elder Gate off of these ones? You may be asking yourself, why don't we do that? The simple fact is that we don't want them carrying out of here anything onto the Elder Trail. Excuse me, Elder Trail. So in this instance, we'd probably be better off to do it like that, right? So that if they do happen to make it this far, they can just make their way out in a timely fashion. So again, you know, finite time in the life of an ant. Want to utilize the whole thing. Or, you know, if we can't utilize the whole thing, it's fine. You know, don't stress, but you definitely want to utilize as much of it as you can, right? Because otherwise, you find yourself, you know, making, I hesitate to say mistakes, right? You just find yourself in a place that, you know, you're trying to make things happen, and that often leads to mistakes. I mean, it leads to some cool breakthroughs, right? In, you know, a person's ability to improvise, and that's good. But, you know, I think you should prefer making, you know, good decisions instead of hoping to get lucky, right? Some people like to say, oh, you know, I'd rather be lucky than good any day, but what I found is that a skilled individual makes their own luck. So, you know, take that as you will. But that's my own understanding of life. And I have a little bit of life experience, you know, not the most, but a little bit. Let's get these into our production queue here. Oh, well, that looks like that was a good place to end because our timer's about to go off. I appreciate everybody for watching. Quick recap, what did we do? We made it to the other island. Let's go, boys and girls, let's go. Okay, then we're going to want to look to refine what we're doing in the next episodes, or the next course of the next episodes, but you know, I definitely like, oh, perfect timing. Let's just stick around for this and see how many ants did we kill, right? How many ants were we able to actually reuse versus how many did we just see ya, you know? Yeah, I think this looks pretty good. I'm happy with this setup. I like how we utilize things, and we didn't even do the other thing I wanted to do, so maybe we'll do that next episode, but hopefully this goes quick, because 30 minutes is kind of my limit for this. I don't want the episodes to get too long. Yeah. Let's change this target here. Okay, nuptial flight. What did we get? How did we do? How did we do, y'all? Ooh. Okay. I'm here for it. We repurposed quite a few. Ah, that's good. 450 and only 123 died. So, you know, we're looking at maybe 90% being reused. And we'll increase that. We're going to do things differently. You know, because they have to walk pretty far from that primary flower cluster. The drones, we haven't gotten anything to take care of them yet. We still need to get onto the second island more you know, established wise. Inventor ants, you know, we didn't do too much research today. We have what we need. And small digger ants, we didn't make any of those, but everything we did have died. Well, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you next time.